Hello and welcome back to Insights. I'm your co-host Blair Fleming, and today we'll be discussing what the next step is for our nation and what it looks like. Dave, you have some insight on this. What is our next battle for the nation?
Well, first let me say what it's not. And the next battle is not fighting gay marriage or the homosexual agenda or whatever. I believe that battle has been fought already, and the culture wars have clearly tipped in the side of being pro gay marriage, gay rights, etc. Okay, the next battle is transgenderism, and we have got to, as the church, figure this out right away and rise up right away. And here's why. Recently, I was talking to a campus minister at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, Big Ten University, 40,000 students, and he said, Dave, I'm surprised at how much freshmen have changed over the years. And I said, how's that? And he said that 48% of the incoming freshmen, just this last year, 48% at some level are struggling with their gender identity. And that just blew me away. And anyway, he runs into this on campus at this major university on a regular basis. And I know there's other parts of society as well that probably have seen a shift towards transgenderism. Now, I need to be clear that less than 1%, according to the data, actually are transgender. But nevertheless, we're seeing something massively shift in our culture. And Blair, I know you being a detective with the police force, you know, you're mixing up with all kinds of different people. Have you seen a shift in this direction?
Yeah, I've seen a shift in that direction. Not only am I a detective, but I do some work in the public schools. And even in the public schools, transgenderism is coming out a lot more in these young children.
Wow. And too, at the university, too, you do some work. So
you see it in sports as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a shift, and this is why it's so vital that we, as the church, get on top of this right now. It's because I remember when we were first on the front end of this battle over the acceptance of gay individuals, and is it normal to be gay, and gay marriage and all this kind of stuff. And I clearly remember that. And at first, it was almost like nobody could even bring up that topic. And it seems like as the church did not clearly speak into human sexuality and teach what God teaches on this, it seems that the culture went the other direction. But if we thought in the church that if we say nothing, this is so extreme, this is so weird, if we say nothing, it'll just all go away. I'm afraid we're going to make that same mistake with transgenderism, even though it's a small percentage right now that actually identify themselves as transgenders, that by saying nothing, we'll make the same mistake.
You're absolutely right. So Dave, what do you suggest for the church to do?
Okay, a couple things. One is that we can't just give like a sermon, whether it previously was on homosexuality or now on transgenderism. You can't just give a sermon on that like once every 3 to 5 years. Like, we actually have to have clear, detailed teaching on a regular basis that I would say includes sermons, but also, very important, needs to include the youth groups. And we can't pretend this will just go away if we don't say anything. You know, I remember 25 years ago or so, I remember listening to Dr. James Dobson on Focus on the Family, and he was talking about the whole area of abortion, another area where we thought maybe that would just go away if we didn't speak about it. But what he said was that the church was being so silent because there were people in the congregation, either women who had had abortions or men that had encouraged abortions, and the church didn't want to make them feel guilty. Well, first, that's why Jesus died. He died to take away that guilt, okay? But on any topic, we need to speak into what's going on in the culture, and we need to do that with love and grace and point people to Christ and how they can be free. But to say nothing is going to lead us down the same path.
Okay. With that being said, we'll see you next week on Insights.